Hey guys, welcome back to the daily crypto market update. BTC closed above overhead resistance yesterday. Huzzah! That is fantastic. This is a great close on the daily time frame. Now, if we were to be sticklers about it, it didn't close above this level. But again, I don't really like just moving this out just because we need to stick to the plan. So the plan so far looks good. Drawing from this high to this high, we see some pierces. We have a test here on Monday, a clear pierce on Tuesday, and a close above overhead resistance. Now, here's the reality check. As good as it felt to close up 2.3% yesterday, we are still below the daily TBO Cloud, which means we are still strong bearish. We need to see Bitcoin continue to move up to our short-term target of $114,000, which is a predictive wick, in my opinion, meaning that this has basically shown the market where BTC can go next. This is only an increase of 3.25%, which could easily happen today or over the weekend. Yes, we still have CME gaps that will be formed, but we still have a couple of days until that happens. But so far, things are looking good in terms of this level. On the 4-hour time frame, this actually looks even more hilarious to me because this is clearly a bump and run. So we have our high to our high here. The price pushes above, comes back down. We see several wicks below this previously broken level of resistance, and then we see a bounce. So this is our bump. Now we're waiting for the run. Tick tock, tick tock. So let's get that going already. Can we please, BTC? Pretty please? Now I want to be very sensitive in how I say this because I don't want to get your hopes down, but I'm a little bit disappointed in a good close in terms of price action, but weak volume. That's not a good sign. Seeing volume down on a green close like that, it doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. We don't want to see that midweek. Seeing it on a Saturday is okay because that's normal for weekend volume to be low. But to see volume drop that much, now maybe it's just BTC USDT on Binance. Okay, cool. Let's go over here to look at the index. Nope, same story. Let's go to another exchange. Nope, same story. So this is not a really positive thing to see, unfortunately. On the 4-hour time frame, we have no new TBO Close shorts, which are these orange diamonds. And someone asked, what's the TBO? The TBO is this indicator that's overlaid that I use for every single chart. It stands for the trending breakout indicator. So these orange diamonds let us know when we should be expecting a bullish reversal to the upside. So that's still in play. I still think that BTC will be making its move up here to $114,000 and beyond. But volume needs to pick up too. Unfortunately, on balance volume, or OBV, is still really bearish. It got bearish back over here when we saw the blue line cross below violently on the 11th, and then it's just fallen more and more as we've seen more red candles and selling. So a lot of volume plus big red candles equals a big drop in OBV. But we do see a new trend with daily RSI. We do see it slowly starting to wake up. This is a great sign, but we need so much more. So much more. On the 4-hour time frame, nothing really to share there either. So everything is basically hinged right now on the daily, in my opinion. Ethereum did close up yesterday. It had a very weird day though. And honestly, it's doing the thing that I was like, oh no. Don't do that, please. Because we saw it lose short-term support. Emphasis on the word short-term as in it's the low from over here on October the 11th, it's Saturday for me, and then Friday the 17th. So it dropped below this very short-term support level, and then it came up and it's testing it and piercing it, but it's not pushing above. This is typically a bad sign. So this is an inverse bump and run where we see things go lower. Now, if Bitcoin, to be honest, if Bitcoin does push up higher, then it will lift Ethereum because Ethereum actually was looking really good yesterday. It pushed up several times. It pushed up a lot higher, almost to $4,000, but it got rejected at this previously lost level of short-term support, which is now acting as resistance, which isn't good. So it's still in bearish consolidation mode. Volume is still down. On balance volume is weak. Trading volume is also down too. So even though the price action was good for Bitcoin yesterday, volume really needs to overwhelm that yellow moving average in order for it to be really good. Now, combined stablecoin dominance, doing some good things. On the 4-hour time frame, we saw it drop from resistance here about 7.24%, and it's now back in bearish consolidation. Whenever the price is above the cloud, it's in a strong bullish mode, but when it goes inside of the cloud, this is a transition or a change to being in bearish consolidation. It's a similar thing if you've ever used the Ichimoku cloud. When you see the price of an asset go inside of the cloud, then you're in consolidation. So it's essentially not the same, but it's similar in theory. So the other thing right now is that we really need to see, I really want to see another one of these blue diamonds, which is going to be accompanied with some heavy selling. That will only happen if BTC can continue to push up higher. But this is already a great start. This is not the end. Let me go back over here to the 4-hour time frame. The other reason why I'm expecting stablecoin dominance to drop, which will correlate to a pump for crypto, is because of these signals. The two red triangles here are two TBT Bullish Divergence signals. These are not in the TBO indicator. These are pro level indicators from the Better Traders Club. And then we have TBO Close longs, just like back over here, just like back over here, just like back over here, even though this one is a very short-term pullback. But it's the same recipe. Now we're just waiting for the oven to turn on. We're waiting for the oven to heat up so we can see stablecoin dominance fall down to the 6% level. The moment it starts to drop and really drop, that's when we're going to feel really good. I still expect it to go a lot lower, but we need to see it fall. Now, the reality is that Relative Strength Index has been telling us ever since the weekend that this short-term support level has been broken. So seeing as well, RSI putting in lower highs over and over and over is a sign of gradual weakening. We want to see the daily RSI for stablecoin dominance continue to fall lower and lower. So until we actually see BTC really pump, which will cause stablecoin dominance to dump, it's not going to happen. TotalES.D had a good close up 0.18% yesterday. On the 4-hour time frame, no new TBO Close shorts or TBT Bullish Divergences, but these are, basically this is like the bullish inverse of this chart. If you add up these percentages together too, it's like what, 99.32%? So it's essentially the inverse. So TotalES.D is the total market cap excluding stablecoins. And the two biggest stablecoin issuers are Tether and Circle, which is why I have them together. So if we look at this chart, this is the bullish inverse. Same idea. Two TBT Bullish Divergences, two TBO Close shorts. These are bullish reversals, bullish reversal, bullish reversal, bullish reversal. I'm expecting a bullish move to the upside, an increase growth for crypto. Bitcoin dominance continuing to slowly move up higher and higher. I do expect BTC to move up to $130,000 by the end of the month. I know, it's 7 days left for that to happen? We'll see. But that was my prediction. I'm going to stick to it until the end of the month. If that happens, we will see Bitcoin dominance move up a lot more. It'll go up here to 61%, which is what I think it will do and where I think it will top out. And then I think it will kind of just do this and then start to fall down lower. Why? Because when we see Bitcoin moving up higher, alts are going to be super excited. Most will not be able to keep up, but Bitcoin will pump. Alts will follow, but alts will start to outperform. Then Bitcoin dominance will start to sag, going lower and lower, reflecting an increase in dominance for Ethereum, Solana, all that stuff. And it's actually already happening to a degree. Solana dominance, remember this, we have a really cool bull flag here on a dominance chart, which is crazy because these are percentages, not prices. But we can see a very clear breakout yesterday for Solana dominance. It moved up 3.95%, and it's also up right now. Now, this does correlate, I should say, it does correlate to price action and price performance for Solana, which we will be looking at in a minute. But this is a great looking chart. Things are looking good. Actually two more recent TBO Close shorts. The chart wants to reverse. It wants to go back up. And a lot of this is hinged on BTC continuing to move up, ideally pushing up above our short-term target of 114K. Now, this is a really interesting chart right here. Total 3 ES BTC is a mouthful of a ticker. It is as it says, the ratio of the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. So the three are the three things here. And then stablecoins, ES, excluding stablecoins, and this is denominated in Bitcoin. Now, what's the big deal? This is a good chart for us to figure out, will these coins that, again, are not Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stablecoins, so everything in the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins, right? When we see this chart moving up like this, seeing these bullish reversal signals, and we see the total 3 ES chart moving up like this means that the total market cap, everything is outperforming Bitcoin. Everything is pumping ahead of Bitcoin, more than Bitcoin, 26% more than Bitcoin. No, remember this time back here in July? Maybe you guys don't, but we had TBT Bullish Divergences over here. Notice we had 3 of them. It took a while. Our first one on the 28th of June, then another one here the 2nd of July, then the 6th of July. Then we have a cluster. This one is the best signal to watch right here, because these clusters tell us to pay attention, and it's just converting a normal TBT Bullish Divergence into a big yellow tab to draw our attention, either for good or for bad if we see it up top. But this is insane because we have a new TBT Bullish Divergence here. I was not expecting to see this. This is a great sign for alts to recover ahead of Bitcoin. It's still super early. Don't get your hopes up, but this is actually a very, very good sign. On the 4-hour time frame, we don't have any such symbols. We can use the same thing here, but my settings are different on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. Now, another really interesting chart, Sol against ETH. This is the Solana market cap against the Ethereum market cap. So the price of Solana denominated in Ethereum. Okay, that's what the 0.23 means over here. We can see overhead resistance. So Solana yesterday pumped 4.82% more than Ethereum. And the price is now opened above overhead resistance. And we have a TBO Close short. This is telling me that Solana is primed to outperform Ethereum, where it's actually been underperforming. There was a nice little spurt right here back in August where we saw Solana really rip. It outperformed Ethereum by about 30% over 24 days. And then we got our TBT bearish divergence here on the 23rd of September, and it's been struggling ever since. But now we have a bullish reversal signal. Just like over here, bullish reversal signal. We did see a correction, but it did end up doing well. So we are seeing all of the right signs for a reversal. We are seeing the beginnings of a reversal here for stablecoin dominance going down, which means an increase in alts. Total ES.D, we're seeing bullish reversal signals, meaning that we should see the total crypto market cap increase, which means that the market should be continuing to pump today and into the future. Now, this is all stuff that I update people 4 days a week. Well, written up 4 days a week. Really, it's 5 days a week because I also have a Monday video that I do for the Better Traders Club, which I highly recommend you guys check out. The club has so much in it. Not only does it give you access to the TBO indicator, you also get access to the TBT Bullish Divergence or Bearish Divergence, however you want to interpret it. That's available in the Pro tier. But the TBO and a lot of other stuff, including our trade setups, is available in the Trader tier. If you're just a crypto cheapo, you can start for as little as $1 here with the starter tier. And the great news is that if you haven't taken any of our courses, the cool thing is that we offer you a trial of the Better Traders Club when you take one of these courses. And the best place to start is 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. I know a lot of you have already taken the course. It's awesome because you never lose access to it. There are no monthly fees. It's a one and done deal. It comes with one-on-one coaching sessions. It comes with free signals, learning how to use our free signals, the TBT signals on all trading. It comes with a 1-month trial to the Better Traders Club. You learn how to use the TBO, you get some trading strategies with it, and you learn about A/B trading, which has actually been some videos that I've made recently for the channel. Also, there are links to sign up for Femex and also for BYDFi. I'm really excited about BYDFi. I'm still working with the devs on getting the TBT signals available directly on BYDFi. You can tell by my face, it's going real smooth. With Femex, both of these are cool exchanges you can sign up for. I want to point out something before we go back to the charts. before I do my normal shtick. I'm not going to go into the details of this, but I've shared this before, and I think it's really important to note. And I almost don't want to share it not because it's embarrassing for me personally, because it is personal, not personal, it's public, but it's my stuff. But this is a signal, just so you guys know. Now, if you're new to crypto, this might seem really weird, but there are lots of other people that make videos about crypto. You guys already know this. There are tons of other amazing channels. Coin Bureau is one of them. That I'm so blessed and fortunate to make videos for the Coin Bureau trading channel and also more Coin Bureau, which is awesome. I have a video coming out on Coin Bureau trading today, this afternoon for my time. But here's the thing. I do pay attention to views, just like anyone who pay attention to views. Like if you're making content, you want to see what people are interested in looking at, right? I want to just point something out that, and I'm not boasting or bragging, but the fact that I just made a video 22 hours ago and it has over 18,000 views, for one, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'm not doing anything different as far as I can tell. So it's you guys sharing. But when we typically see, I don't like saying this stuff, guys. Let me just say other stuff first. The last couple of days too, views are up like a lot. Again, I like you guys. Thank you so much for watching these videos. 6 days ago, 3 days ago, 5 days ago, a day ago, 13,000 views. Yes, this was one of the best thumbnails ever. Can we appreciate the Dorothy? I'm having too much fun with AI making my thumbnails, you can tell. But here's the thing, and I really don't like to say this, but you can use my views as an indicator. Again, the fact, I have to refresh this because it's so weird. It's very uncommon. It says 16,000. No, it's actually a lot higher. So the last couple of videos I posted have gotten over 10,000 views, which is great. The weekend video got over 30,000 views. That's nuts. Thank you. But you can see it's not always this high. If we keep going a little bit lower, it's going to see like 4,000 views, 7,000 views, goes down below 10,000, goes down a lot lower. So we're getting to a point where I can almost use my views as a top signal, as a short-term top signal, or like a bullish or bearish signal. Now, sometimes it has to do with the topic. I'm not trying to say watch my older videos because honestly, these are like one and done because these are made for the specific day and what's happening that day. So, I mean, yeah, they've done okay. But when I start seeing views like this, again, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. But really, 16,000 views in the last 24 hours, it's just making me go, I'm not doing anything different. So maybe you guys are actually sharing my videos and liking and subscribing and stuff, which is cool. And you're watching stuff. It's cool. But I can't help but watch it and see that stuff go up. I'm going, because I'm looking at data all the time. I'm trying to find probabilities. I'm trying to find patterns. I'm trying to identify anything that it possibly can to help me understand what's happening in the market. You get it? And it's not just my channel. Pay attention. If you're sub to other channels, pay attention to the views. If you notice the views are going up, that's a signal. That's a signal you should be paying attention to. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the top signal for Bitcoin. It's going to be reversing from here. I think it will be going up higher. But if views start to increase, just pay attention to that. That is social data that you can use. Pay attention to also impressions and stuff like that, or also your other channels, other people you follow on X or whatever. Pay attention to this stuff. It does help. So weird side note, now I have to speed things up so this video is not going to be like an hour long. So I'm going to be looking at my picks. But before I do, if you have coins you want me to check out, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're interested in me checking out. No promises. I can't look at everything, and I'm not going to look at everything because some of it's, I don't know where you guys find these things. But there are some good coins and also some ones I haven't heard about, and I'm open and I'm willing to check them out. Secondly, like the video if you haven't already. Third, subscribe if you haven't already. And then share my videos. Apparently you guys are actually doing that. So thank you so much. So let's get into it. I'm going to do my picks first and then your requests. So first off, BNB had some good news yesterday. Actually, let me rephrase that. BNB pumped because CZ has been pardoned, even though he had to pay $2 billion in damages, but he's been pardoned by Trump. I I still don't know what to make of that. It's just a weird thing. For one, I thought that CZ, he's been attacked by the United States because he was the previous CEO of Binance. But I think he's like Canadian as well. Like, it's weird. But anyway, he's been pardoned by the US, so BNB pumped because of the quote unquote good news. I've also seen was it Kalshi, like one of the prediction sites, saying that will SBF be pardoned and released from prison this year, and the numbers keep going up in favor of that happening. If that happens, well, that would probably be a top signal. If SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, gets released from prison, I don't know if he's going to, let's just no, let's not do it. Can we say that together? Can we all cumulatively agree? No, SBF should not be released from prison. He's a bad guy. I don't care if he was manipulated by anyone. He decided, okay, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm going to wreck everybody's portfolios. I'm going to wreck everyone's lives. I'm going to cause a lot of people to commit suicide. No, let's just decide. And now my video is going to get flagged from YouTube. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Now he's going to unalive No, can we just agree? No SBF. So anyway, we do have TBT Bullish. Sorry, I rant. Video is going to be too long now. Great, way to go, Aaron. So we have two TBO Close shorts here on support, which is a really good bullish reversal sign. That's why this is an orange flag. Same thing with syrup. I like syrup. I'm going to say one more thing. And I know you guys can, like, I don't care if you click off right now. I got to go on vacation. I had a father-son trip to Enoshima, and I didn't film any of it because it's not for you guys. Can I say for a minute too? Now I'm taking a branch off of the rant. Can we all just like ignore the influencers that are sharing too much of their personal lives and not more about like trading and like charts and stuff? It's weird. I don't want to see people's hanging out with their families and their kids and stuff. It's cool, but like that's what a private account is for. Like, it's weird to put that on your big promo account for everything else you talk about. It's just weird. It sends the wrong. So anyway, I don't share everything with you guys because I'm a normal human being. Like, that's weird. Anyway, went to Enoshima, had a great time. Look it up. It's a cool place. And then I had breakfast at Eggs and Things, which is a Hawaiian pancake chain. Hawaii is really popular in Japan. People love Hawaii and Hawaiian culture, but Hawaiian pancakes are awesome. The best syrup in the world, aside from the good old Canadian grade A maple syrup, coconut syrup. I will die on this hill. I love coconut syrup. Boom, there it is. It's out in the wild. I can't take it back. Helium had a really good pump yesterday. It's living up to the name Helium because it's rising. Hype. I told you guys, I don't know what it is about this chart. I don't know why I was expecting it to move up, but sometimes you just get a weird vibe on a chart, right? What's crazier is that it printed a TBT Bullish Divergence after pumping nearly 11% yesterday. This is a good looking chart. Now let's have a reality check. The first thing is that it has clear overhead resistance that has not been tested even once. The difference between, and this is a lesson for all of you, there's a difference. A test is when we see the price go right up to the line and it does not pass it, or just below the line. That would be considered a test. But a pierce is when the price wicks and goes above it, but it doesn't close above it. Okay? It could close above, I guess that could be a pierce. But the main thing I'm saying is that for hype, we haven't seen the price test on the daily time frame overhead resistance that's been established since the 5th of October. While I like this reversal, while I love the fact that the price is finally back in bullish consolidation inside of the daily cloud, and I do expect hype to go higher, I'm wondering how it's going to react to overhead resistance. Personally, I think it's going to test it and fall back before doing it a second time. I don't really foresee it just pumping crazy like this. It could, happy if it does, but I don't really expect that to happen. Tau, this one, we're still waiting on a springboard bounce. On Wednesday, the price wicked into the fast line right here. Yesterday did the same thing. Today, it's up a little bit. But again, we're looking at a target up here of historical TBO resistance, which is at about $450. Morpho, this one is respecting this level of support, which is wild. This is a level, sorry. This is a level of support that was first made here on the 16th of April and a low here on the 22nd of June. We can see many. This is actually perfect right here. Here's tests, test, test. Clearly a pierce and an absolute stabbing, like Mortal Kombat style, literally taking your knife and going down the person's spine, then ripping it back up. Please, YouTube, don't flag my videos. I need to stop making such violent analogies. Then the price coming down and tagging right there, or basically test, test, pierce, testing, testing again. So we see a nice bounce off of there. I personally expect Morpho to continue to do well. My target is up here at about 259 because I just love the fact that this thing is just keeps on ripping. It has great price action for trading too. FTN, fast token. No one has responded why this chart has dumped, which means that everyone's forgotten it. And it's okay, but it's still a little bit worried about it. But fast token actually had a really good reaction yesterday, up 14%. It gave it all away. Volume is not really supporting the pump, which is weird. But it did have 4 TBO Close shorts. I do think it will continue to move up. Now, the trick with charts like these is first it has to overcome this long level of support that was previously broken. If it can actually push up here 21% to 225, cool. But if you're thinking that FTN has the potential to shoot up 150%, just do this for me, okay? Just think, why? Why should it? Why? Because if it fell for a really good reason. There's probably some bad stuff that happened, okay? And now the chart might be giving us some good gains. At least it's not dumping more and more like Ohm, but be careful with a chart like this still. 2Z had a really good pop earlier this week on Tuesday, and it fell back down to support. It is not breaking below 4-hour support. That's a good sign. Now we need to see the next burst of volume for this chart. Floki, I still feel like it's worth keeping an eye on Floki because Elon might talk about Floki at any time, which would cause the price of this chart to go up higher. AB, this is a weirder coin that I found recently because it miraculously moved up to the top 200 market cap. I don't even know what this is. But after a massive red streak of 10 days, and the reason why I don't read this number 9 is because if you count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, TradingView doesn't count the first candle that you select. So it's 10 days of red. We finally have a day of green. No RSI reset yet. The chart is massively bearish, but it does have a TBT Bullish Divergence. This is not like, oh, okay, this is our first entry signal. We're going to go crazy and ape in. It could still continue to fall lower, but just keep an eye on it. Jasmy had a good move yesterday, up 8.29%, and another TBT Bullish Divergence down here. And look at volume. Volume is over 2 times the moving average, this yellow line right here. That's a great sign for this chart. Vision has a second TBT Bullish Divergence yesterday. Now, this one honestly is so weird. Again, it's another chart where I'm looking at new coins, new tickers, trying to find what's happening and why is this stalling on me. And for some reason, it's completely dead and stalled. Oh, now it's doing this, but the volume is so low on this exchange. Good grief. But anyway, on KuCoin, it looks really dead in terms of volume, but it does have a second TBT Bullish Divergence. Now, I don't know what happened, but Soros clearly had some bad news. We know that Kadena recently, KDA, basically said we have to stop running our business because we're losing money. We're bleeding money. Maybe the same thing is happening with Soros. Maybe it's happening with a lot of other coins. Probably is. But this is not a good sign, unfortunately. And we have a TBO breakdown right here, the yellow tab. So this is very, very dangerous. I'm not interested or excited about buying the dip on charts like this. This is not a good looking chart. Mantle, this one still has an open TBO Close long. We haven't seen the price come up and tag the fast line, the thick green line, but that'll probably happen today. Now, Clanker, this one popped out of nowhere. I did not share this with you guys, but I did share it in the Better Traders Club. I actually created a trade setup for this guy, which is why we had this long position here. And I wanted to take profit just below resistance right here. And it popped right up, hit our 39% take profit target. Bada bing, bang, boom. Awesome. Love it. Solana, this one on the daily time frame had a good move yesterday, up 6%, but it is clearly struggling still at the 618 Fibonacci level. It is a very important level. You can see the price dancing over it over and over and over again, right? Even bouncing off of the 618. It needs to push above this level and go above the club, which is like another 11% in order to stay really bullish. World Liberty Financial had a strange move yesterday, wick to wick about 26%. Must be some good news because I haven't seen any good news in terms of price, but the price didn't really push above our highs over here after the recovery bounce. So it's still pretty bearish, in my opinion, but it's a nice recovery bounce, I guess, for people, but it's still a really oversold chart. Caspa, apparently people are watching these videos because it had a really good bounce, even though it pierced support twice on Wednesday and yesterday as well, but it bounced off of it. Closing below this level is bad, but having a wick, it's not good, but it's not as bad. Also, daily RSI is moving up. So it looks like we should see Caspa start to move up. The first target will always be the fast line, which is currently at about 0.059. Pump, this one also is living up to its name, even though it clearly closed below, which is a very bad sign on Wednesday. Yesterday, it closed back above this level of support. And this is a decent level of support. This isn't short-term whatsoever. This is from the low here on July 29th. And then the low here on the 26th of August. So it's really been struggling to push above this above this trend line. But the main thing to watch here is volume is still bad. There's a lot of decreasing volume, which is reflected in bearish on-balance volume. Even though relative strength index is slowly moving up higher, there isn't as much excitement about this chart anymore. Ether, this one continues to be really interesting and on the daily time frame. Again, this is not perfect. It's not exact. I'd have to do it right here. 93.11. It's close. So we are seeing it push above resistance for daily RSI. That's a great sign. The next thing we should expect to see happen next, it will take a couple weeks to be honest, but Ether should slowly move up. Again, the first target is going to be this historical TBO resistance level, which is at basically 25% above the current price. But it is showing some good respect of this previous low. Seeing the lows making higher low, higher low, higher low. That's a good sign. So hopefully we'll see it move up a lot higher. Now onto your chart requests. ADA. I'm still not a big fan of Cardano. I don't really see anything good happening in terms of price action. We do have these now old TBT Bullish Divergence and 2 TBO Close shorts, but the price hasn't really positively responded to what happened. Yesterday, only up 3%. It's good, but it's still very much strong bearish on the daily. And in the weekly time frame or on the weekly time frame, it's in bearish consolidation. It's not a strong looking chart. SUI, this one is also pretty bearish, unfortunately. It's really struggling to pick up. Volume's fallen off a lot. On-balance volume is bearish. Relative strength index is pretty bearish as well. Ondo, this one has 2 recent TBO Close shorts, but no real move after yesterday's good move from BTC. Again, that's to be expected. Remember, like if Bitcoin's doing well, typically we won't see alts do like an amazing pump. I mean, at least like not like the top 100. Usually Bitcoin leads the way first. They will slowly follow. Like we could see like a little bit of reversal bounce here on Tuesday. We saw a nice move, but it gave it all away. And usually alts will bleed more when Bitcoin has a pullback. You guys know this already though. VeChain or VET, 2 TBO Close shorts, but nothing new to report. Still looking pretty bearish. DIA, this one has TBO Close shorts, but no real big move yet. Now these green flags here for Link. I do think that Link, actually, I'm still on the fence about this one. I'm a little bit biased too because I have a little bit of Link, so I want to see it go up. But I have to admit that it is actually pretty bearish. It's below the cloud. It's holding support. That's kind of a good thing, but volume's falling. On-balance volume is weak. RSI is looking better than the others that I previously mentioned, but it needs so much more upside price action in order to stay bullish. Say, this one has a lot of recent TBT bullish divergences here on the 4-hour, nothing on the daily time frame, but it does have consecutively higher lows for daily RSI. That's a good sign, but it will take time for Say to actually go, oh, okay, cool. We were really going to go? We're going to go? You sure you want to go? You want to go? You want to go? You sure? You sure? It's going to be another couple weeks, but say should recover. Those are good signs. Bio had a really interesting pump on Monday, wick to wick about 64%. Also printed a TBT Bullish Divergence. That's kind of to be it. All right. We should expect something like that on a big green pump. Track, this one is still strong bullish above the cloud. I'm just a little bit concerned about RSI weakening and also volume falling off a whole lot for a chart that had a really nice uptrend, 160%, and now it's doing nothing. Anytime a chart does nothing, it's bearish, just so you know. Now, some not good news. WorldCoin is still very much strong bearish, in my opinion, on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. It's strong bearish. TAI, strong bearish. Strong bearish on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, it kind of had an RSI reset, but it's pretty bearish. XPR, yeah, actually, this one, I should really be honest and say link is like this. I would just put it up here, but it doesn't look too different from XRP and wait, I feel like I already talked about XRP. No, did I? I can't remember now. Everything's getting all mixed up. Let's keep going. Pepe. This one is also strong bearish. The main thing that I'm concerned about is volume falling off a lot. So again, when Bitcoin's pumping, usually charts aren't going to keep up. I am curious though to see, will memes actually make a comeback? I'm skeptical about them doing so, to be honest. I don't think they will, but we'll see. Aster had a good move up yesterday, 15%, probably because CZ was pardoned. Aptos, this one has increasingly higher lows for daily RSI, but the chart is massively oversold. It looks bad. It looks really bad. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a TBT Bullish Divergence on Sunday, but it's a really beat up chart. It looks pretty sad. Video's way too long. Sorry. Rants are too fun, and it's Friday. So there you go. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. So until the next time, you have to do, stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.